Hey, it's Liv.
And Bix, and you're listening to In the Moment with Liv and Bix, a podcast for unsuccessful actors.
By unsuccessful actors.
Oh,
my God.
I'm like shaking, I'm shivering, I'm sweating.
We're in the same room.
Can you guys believe it?
This is actually insane.
Yeah, so if you can't see the video content, which we're gonna have,
I know.
Liv is here at my house in LA, and we're all together. I'm just like,
wild.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah, this is so surreal. I'm in Los Angeles, guys.
Yeah, how's your time been? Tell us about your trip. Tell us what you're doing. What's going on?
I got here so just so you know, I'm recording this on a Monday. I got here on...
By the way, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm on a talk show right now.
I know.
I'm like, where do I say? What do I do? Where do I look?
What do I do with my hands? Like, how do I...
Like, further away. Okay.
I'm like, how do I do this? Yeah, I got in on Friday morning, and I came here for my friend's birthday, and I was like, also, Bix is here. I was like, this is perfect. I can go to... celebrate my friend's birthday, and then I can also hang out with Bix, and
the stars aligned.
They really
aligned.
Did. It's just so surreal that we are in a same room recording this episode. We have not
ever
done it since we started this podcast. Like before, we were doing Bachelor content.
Did we ever record in the same room for Bachelor? No, yeah, never. Oh my God.
Not even for Bachelor content. It's wild.
Yeah.
But you know, here we are.
What if we hate this?
I know.
What if we're like, I fucking hate being in the same room as you?
I imagine. Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I would never.
So bad. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, this is fun. I hope we can do like, oh my God, I'm like, where do I go?
Yeah, where do I look?
Yeah, hopefully we could do some more like video type content. We're trying, guys. We're really trying, but it's a little tricky. But let us know what you think if you like this, and we'll keep trying to do shit like this. But yeah, I'm so happy to have Liv here. It's super surreal. As everybody knows, I just came back from New York, and we did the photo shoot for the new cover art and like our promo pictures. And then I came back to LA and was like trying to settle in. And now you're here, so it's like New York came back or something. So
I came back with Bix.
Yeah,
you brought a little bit of New York with you.
Thank you. Yeah, you should stay. I've been trying to convince Liv to move to LA. Right, Liv moved to LA in the comments.
And it doesn't help that like one of my good friends, like Jess, like messages me on Instagram, and she's like, California looks really good on you.
It does.
I was like, I don't need this.
At Olivia Roldan on Instagram, and let us know if you feel the same way.
Yeah,
because I think it does look good on you.
Move to Cali.
Even if it's just for like a little bit, try it out, see how you feel. And if you hate it, New York is always going to be there. Unless it like, gets swallowed up by the ocean.
I'll think about it.
We got a couple years before.
We got a couple years before that happened.
Yeah, we'll think about it. But yeah, it's been so nice to have you here and to be able to do shit for the podcast. So I'm pumped. And thank you guys for coming back. Actually, this past weekend, I went out with my boyfriend, Ben, to a little like arcade restaurant over by our house. And our server... at the end of the night, she came up to me and she was like, do you have a podcast? And I was like, I do have a podcast. I was nervous. She was going to like ask me about my TikTok. So I was like gearing up. But then she said podcast. And I was like, yes, I do. And she was, so shout out to her. Her name is Brittany. And
shout out to Brittany.
She actually went to an acting class with Liv back in the day in New York City.
Yeah.
And she said she like recognized... she saw something you posted about the podcast and she started listening and she loves it. So we love her. We love you, Brittany.
Yeah, shout out to Brittany. Thank you for supporting our pod.
Yeah, it was like actually so surreal.
That was such an exciting text to get from you. Yeah. Because it's not often I think that people come up to either of us and say, hey, I recognize you from like, your work. And so when I do get recognized for work, when we do, it's kind of surreal. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like I've had people come up to me before when I was in like
the jam of my TikTok. I've had like a couple people be like, oh my God, I see all you on TikTok. But that's like, I see so many living in LA. Like yesterday when we went to that bar and I was like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
From TikTok.
Yeah, like I've seen so many TikTokers out. But I guess when it's more of like a passion project like this, the like recognition for that, and her like being an actor who moved from New York to LA and then she listens to our podcast. I'm like, yes, I love it. Super cute.
Reaching both coasts.
Yeah, baby. So if you see us in the wild, say hi.
Yeah, please say hi. It makes us feel like we're not talking to ourselves.
I know. Even though I love to talk to myself, I can't stop.
Once in a while,
get enough. Yeah.
I prefer not to do it every week, but you know.
It's really bad how much I talk to myself. Like I'll be in the supermarket and I'll just like be like, bananas, I don't need bananas. You don't need to eat bananas. Go to and I'll be saying this out loud. A whole conversation and answering
yourself.
Yeah.
There's times when my thoughts are so loud that I'm like, was I just having a whole conversation with myself? Whoa. Like out loud, or was that all just happening in my mind?
Yeah.
Does that ever happen to anyone? No,
that definitely happens to me, because it'll be like the thing where I have thoughts in my head, like I'm having a conversation.
Yes.
But then eventually I'll answer out loud. Like most of it I'll be keeping it in my head. And then like finally I'll just be like, bitch, what are you talking about? And I'll just say that out loud.
And it's like, oh my God, was I? And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm not crazy. So
no, you're not crazy. You're regular.
Regular person. Thank you. But we have a fun episode today. We thought we'd talk about, we do know auditions are slow right now. Mm-hmm. So we thought now would be a good time to reminisce on some of the auditions when we had them.
Yeah.
But we thought it'd be fun to maybe share some stories.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm still auditioning, just not as much. But.
Yeah, definitely not as much. Obviously, I've been doing a lot more commercial auditions lately, and we're going to be coming out with an episode, I think, following this one or maybe right before this one. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be talking about commercial auditions. So make sure you check that out whenever in the schedule it works out. But yeah, do you have any like stories from like recent auditions or in the past? Okay. I have some embarrassing
I have a hard, like this one is like probably, I think the worst. In terms of like just a hot ass mess, but like, so I had this audition for this television show or whatever, and granted, guys, this was years ago. I promise I have gotten my shit together since this story.
She has.
I have. And okay, so I'm at the audition. I get called into the room. When I walk into the room, I sit behind the camera. Like, I'm the casting director. So the casting director came up to get me, and I was like, Uno reverse. Like, I came in and I sat behind the camera.
It's like, you're going to audition for me.
So then she closes the door, turns around, and goes, oh. She was so, like, taken back. Like, oh, this is my audition. Okay.
Oh my God. What did she do? Like,
oh, she laughed. So she turned around, chuckled, and she said, oh, I mean, okay. And then I said, oh my God, I don't know why I just did that. And then we got up and switched places, and I got on the tape, in front of the camera, but it was quite hysterical. Luckily, she was such a good sport about it.
Yeah.
Such a good sport about it. But that was probably one of like the most like hot mess express. Like I came in and immediately was like, decided, you know what? I feel like casting this.
Yeah. Like, it's like whenever we're in like our Zoom meetings recording and your laptop kicks you out.
Oh yeah.
And it says to me, you are the host now.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Yeah, you're the host now. Like
I'm always like, oh, okay.
Just assigned.
I'm the host now.
Assigns myself.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would be super fucking embarrassed.
Oh yeah, and I don't think I went to that office again though.
Oh no.
So I don't know if it's because of that or there was nothing for me there.
I doubt it. I'm sure like she chuckled, she laughed. Yeah. Hopefully she loved it,
Yeah. She loves me.
Yeah, I like sent, mine wasn't live, so it's like I didn't have to deal with the embarrassment in person, but it's almost worse because it was a self-tape. It lives forever.
Self-tape, and you also don't know how they reacted.
I don't know how they reacted.
Right.
I mean, I did get an email back that said they like didn't see anybody else take the character that way, and they were really impressed. But they went with like another person.
What did you do?
So the project, this was like slightly recently. It was for a project that was like kind of like a murder mystery, kind of like burlesque musical.
Ooh.
Like it was like a detective, so it was like kind of serious, but then it was also a musical. So I had to perform, I obviously had to do like the scene I like killed it, loved it, like did an amazing job, proud of myself.
Yeah.
But then in addition, I had to sing a song, and the song was very like jazzy and sexy, and like it was a really good song.
Yeah.
But I was like, burlesque. I'm going full burlesque, and I'm doing an entire production. So like literally right here where you're sitting, like I was in like lingerie, I had like the lipstick on, I had like a lingerie, like the robe, and I was like up against the wall, like this, like putting my ass out, like looking back, like giving it my fucking all.
God. But this wasn't a self-tape, it was a performance, people.
It really was. It was a full-blown fucking performance. And as much as I gave it my all, I'm not like, I could carry a tune, but I'm not like the strongest. Like I couldn't ever see myself like leading a musical.
Right.
Like I could be like a supporting, a heavy supporting. But I could never be the lead. So I'm not like the strongest singer, but I fucking was just like singing my ass off. Yeah. And now I think to myself, some groups of people just have this video.
Somewhere.
They just have this video of me like singing pretty poorly in lingerie, like sexing it up.
So unhinged. I love it.
Like when is somebody gonna release these tapes?
Oh, right. When, for example, like when a celebrity, makes it, and then they start releasing the tapes. Release the tapes.
So I'm scared. I was actually talking about this with my boyfriend Ben, because he was actually saying, I wonder what the like restrictions are, or like the I guess like the protocol for that. Right. Like our studios, like what protections do we have as actors against our
releasing our self-tapes?
Yeah, that we submit. Like do they like, who has ownership of that? Right. Like do they have, I wonder if there's anything written up in like the SAG like contracts about that, because I read through the proposals, but I don't believe I saw it. I always read shit and then I can't retain anything, so maybe it was in there. But if not, I feel like that's something that we should be talking about.
Right.
Because I don't want some like crazy auditions from like years ago
to be released.
And one day being released.
Right. When I was still, developing as an actor. Yeah. And like that's what people have to compare.
Or I'm just like dancing
or dancing in lingerie. Singing in lingerie.
Yeah. Like, please maybe don't release that one.
That's so good.
Oh, yeah. That was, it was fun to do, but embarrassing thinking about it now.
Right.
But they seem to like it.
That's such a good one. I'm like,
I'll show it to you.
I have like little moments.
If we open a Patreon, I'll put it on the Patreon.
You know what? Oh, yeah, the Patreon. You guys will pay for that, yeah?
Yeah.
I would.
Tits and ass.
Tits and ass.
That's who I was in.
A chorus line.
In a chorus line. Shout out to
theater
us.
Folks. I have like also just like little tidbits. Like, I don't know why I thought this was a funny joke, but I went to the bathroom before an audition and I washed my hands, and they were probably a little bit damp from washing my hands. And I walked into the audition room, and I was like shaking everybody's hand, and it was kind of wet. And I said, "Sorry, my hands are wet, but hey, at least I washed my hands." That's
good.
But then they didn't really like laugh. Oh. And I said, "Ooh, okay, tough crowd."
I hate when people don't laugh at like obvious like little like jokes like that, or like nervous tics, like trying to break the ice?
I was just trying to, because it was wet and I'm shaking your hand, so I was like, well, at least I wash my hands. And like I was like,
it's like, come on, give me a little something. I'm trying.
I know
to,
it wasn't the best joke. Yeah,
but you could tell I'm like trying to break the ice. I'm trying to like warm up the situation. You could give me a little chuckle. Like real quick.
Throw me a bone here.
Seriously. I just did an audition last week for a commercial reps.
Okay.
And bitch, I don't know what I'm thinking sometimes. It was, we had these little like, copy, like little commercial copy you go in.
Yeah.
And not that I wasn't trying to do it different than anybody else. I was just doing it like how I would do it.
Right.
And like, I'm not a very like, I feel like you wouldn't like, if you like actually knew me as a person, you probably wouldn't immediately be like, oh, you're so commercial.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like I'm a little like grittier in a way. So for the commercial audition, I was trying to like bring a little bit of my personality instead of just like being like Doritos, like let's eat them up and love them,
Eat them up. Yeah.
So
trying to add some dimension.
Exactly, a little bit of dimension. So I did it like almost like creepy and weird.
Love that.
And it was it was for like some type of like little snack thing.
I feel like,
it was like
Oreos would encourage that.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. And I'm gonna talk. I'll talk about that real quick because when I first moved to LA, I completely changed like my perspective on acting and how I approach characters and just like being somebody else, because I don't know, I felt like what I had been doing instinctually like wasn't working for me. So I was like, oh, I guess I have to take on this new thing and try this new thing. And it just felt very like inauthentic and like just always trying to be very cookie cutter, like following the rules, going by the book. And I thought that was going to be beneficial. It was beneficial to me in the like learning curve aspect, but I circled back to what I used to do, like back to like just being myself and like not going out of my way to break rules, but just breaking rules because I'm just being who I am. Yeah. And I think that working with Vass, if you guys don't know, Vass is from The Online Actor. Shout out. We love The Online Actor.
He was on one of our episodes. Check it out. The Canadian Hannah Montana. That's fast.
Oh, I love it. But yeah, I feel like working with him like validated that because he saw that in me. He was like, why are you trying to like
conform,
do all these things when you're clearly fucking weirder than that? Yeah. So pretty much I went into this commercial audition. I did my read for these little like snack packs. Yeah. And like I got a little chuckle at the end because it was funny. Yeah. But like I did not get called in again because I think they were just like, I don't know. I feel like it was maybe like too specific.
But also it could just be like
the roster,
it could be so many things. The casting, it could be so many things. But I think I'd rather make a choice than...
Yeah. Oh, I made a choice.
Yeah, like even if it's like, and I don't think there's like a right or wrong choice. I think just make a choice. Yeah. And casting will decide if, that's kind of what they're going for. Right. Because a lot of the times they don't know. They're just hoping you make a choice that they're like, you know what, yeah, I dig that.
You're like, whoa, I didn't know that I was looking for that, but you made that choice and now I love it. Yeah.
Make choices, folks. Yeah. And who cares? Like, be bold. Yes. Be bold.
Be bold. I was bold.
And you
I was definitely bold.
You're like, no, I definitely was. I'm trying to think. I'm like, dude, I have any like unhinged self-tapes or...
All my like mostly like really embarrassing ones, I'm realizing all have to do with movement and like dancing.
Oh my God.
I love to dance. If I could just be dancing constantly, I fucking would be. But I'm not like super good at it unless it's like, well, I thought unless it was choreographed. Like I'm not good at like going to the club. Like I mean, I can move and groove, but like I love a choreographed dance.
Yes.
Musical theater background, obviously. I want it to be Britney Spears, know all those dances, but I had an audition for Rock of Ages, the like some cruise tour or something, and I fucking killed the original audition, singing audition, and I was like, what? So I got called back for the dance audition. No, I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have been there.
Legit. I relate to that.
It was like, I barely remember it because I feel like I blocked it out because it was so fucking bad. And it's just like all these professional, like they would go up and
like kicking their faces.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They'll show the combo like for a second and then everybody's like, okay, 2-step back, do-do-do-do-do. And I was just like,
not I.
You need to send me home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was sent home.
Literally same. So this is not a specific story, but it's like in that same realm, which is why I started to really emphasize to like my agent and managers. I'm like, please, I am a singer who can move. Please stop sending me to these dance calls because I'm embarrassing myself every single time. I was at like, I don't know which tour this was, but another musical theater audition, and same. I'm at this audition and I'm like, I look crazy because these people are like and flinging and spinning and pirouetting around my ass. And then there's me who, did you ever see that TikTok of me trying to catch up with my spending habits, and it's like everyone dancing together and the person's like running trying to catch up to what everyone else.
Yes.
So if anyone knows that TikTok, that's me. I was trying to catch up with the choreography and I was like, this is embarrassing. Like, because they were sending me for dancer calls and I was like, no, like my musical theater peeps know I'm a singer who can move. Yes, I can pick up choreography, but not like Rockette choreography.
Same.
Like a, I don't know, it's like a strong movement show choreography.
Yeah, like I could, some nice like ensemble stuff, a little two-step here and there.
A little two-step here, there. Yeah. I but I was gonna say I have an audition that I just remembered. Reason being, I definitely blocked it out. But this is when I auditioned for Circle in the Square conservatory intensive program during the summer, and I am proud of myself because I got in. However, the audition, I had to do a monologue, and was just one of the things I had to do. And I did the monologue, and the guy, there were two people in there. One of them, I'm forgetting their names, but not so nice. Like, he legit was like, do you have anything else? And I was like, no. And he went, well, I guess that'll do.
And that'll do, pig. That'll do.
Yeah. And it was like, and he was like really like old. Like, this guy must have been like 90 something. Like, I don't know.
Damn.
Like, so, but I think he's
gotta go.
But I think he like ran, or I don't know if he found, I'm the worst. I don't know if he found it, or I was so young.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was so many years ago. But I remember I was just so mortified that I like gave my heart and soul into this monologue. Yes. And the end was just, anything else? And I said,
are you good?
No. And he was like, okay. So I thought, I didn't get in.
Rude. But you did.
I got chosen. Yeah, he was like, okay, that'll do. But the fact that so unimpressed and just asked, is there anything else? And I'm like, no, like, that's what I prepared.
Yeah.
Like, I like so blocked that out of my memory. But yeah, I got in and it was great.
Well, congratulations.
That audition was a little scarring. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, I think this was in like the beginning of college. It was like one of our first classes with one of our professors, our acting professors, and we all had to like prepare a classic monologue.
Yeah.
And I did bitch, all the theater kids are gonna come for me, but like Madeira, and it's like the story of like, I don't know, she's like an older woman and all her kids are killed and she's like filled with this like dread and all of this stuff.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
And I did that monologue.
Wow.
And my professor was like pretty much same. She was like, do you have anything else?
That reaction.
Yeah. She was like, you have anything else? And I was like, no. we prepared a classical monologue, and she was like, that monologue's not for you. Like, you're so young. Like, you don't have the life experiences of, like, losing your children. And I was like, in my head, I was like, first of all, bitch, you don't know shit about me.
What if, like, just age like, does not mean
anything.
Haven't like experienced loss even of a child.
Yeah, like you don't know what I fucking been through.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she obviously was a professor at the school for like the next like however long I was there. And she would always bring it up. She would always fucking bring it up. She'd be like, oh yeah, remember when she like tried to do like this fucking Madeira or whatever monologue, and she's like a 2-year-old, ha ha ha. And I was like, you know what?
Like,
then
stop using me as an example of what not to do.
Yes,
that's terrible, and especially at such a young age. Like,
I know, like don't be mean.
Right, I'm still learning.
Yeah,
I think monologues also.
I'm not over it.
In your defense, and literally every theater kid's defense, they are some of the hardest things to decide and and pick for an audition. Monologues are fucking hard.
And especially when you're young, and it was like, I mean, we had computers and phones and stuff, but like we didn't have access to plays and scripts the way that we do now without actually going to, remember we would have to go to that library? I don't remember the name of it.
The drama bookshop?
Yeah, was it that? Or it was like that massive like library that you could go, and like that was the only place that we could go to get plays.
Yeah, there's like one in the city.
Yeah.
The drama, the play bookshop.
Now you just Google that shit, download a PDF. But I was like, I'm trying to pick a classical monologue, and I felt connected to this one.
Right.
Leave me alone.
And they're also just... Yeah, and like, as you become more experienced in in the entertainment industry, of course, you learn like what monologues you should be choosing and which ones you shouldn't, based on just like what your teacher was trying to prove. Like, the point you're trying to prove that based on what you look like is how you should also try to like pick your monologue. So
all in all, let me just say, she was right. I shouldn't have done that monologue.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, like we get it. Like you can use that example once and just drop it.
Yeah,
like,
But yeah, for 4 years, I never lived it down.
You remember that time, like a senior graduating, just not dropping it?
Yeah. She never let it go.
Oh my god.
But she got into some hot fucking water, so who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Who's laughing
now?
Starting drama with like old teachers? No. Everybody was great. I love my school.
Wait, this was Five Towns?
Yeah, this was at Five Towns.
Damn.
Where I chose my college based on the grass, because I grew up in New York City. So when I went to Five Towns, there was grass and there were trees.
Oh, grass,
and I was
you
like,
said.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, wow, there's hills, there's nature, nice. How cute. And yeah, it wasn't that cute.
Yeah.
Imagine making your entire, like life choice, like college choice based on grass.
I mean, you did it. You survived. You turned out well.
Priorities.
Yeah.
I'm killing it. I'm doing great.
Killing it. Yeah.
I'm doing incredible, guys.
It's like, I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, I did another audition. This is another dance one I just did yesterday.
Oh, I have one. Go.
Oh my gosh.
You're like triggering all these memories.
Bringing them up.
Yeah.
So yeah, yesterday I had to do a commercial, and there was like a submission for pro dancers and then a submission for like movement.
Okay.
And my manager submitted me for like the movement one, so I was like, perfect, incredible. So we had to include, if you're a pro dancer, you include your dance reel, and if you're like not really a dancer, you just include you dancing to a song of your choice.
Oh, okay.
For like 30 seconds and just call it fun dancing. They were like, do whatever, just have fun, move around.
Right.
I danced, actually my boyfriend Ben picked the song, to Dancing on My Own by Robin.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Gotta love it. Great song. And I literally just like, I realized that like all I know how to do is touch step. I do a lot of touch stepping. It took everything in me to not bend over and like do that thing where I shake my butt all the time.
Yeah.
I had to like actively stop myself from doing that for this audition. But I was singing. I just sent them a 30-second music video of me like dancing to Robin. So
Vix is a video vixen.
I guess I am. Really? I'm sending music videos out left and right.
Remember your reel too was a music video at some point?
Oh yeah. I have a lot of music videos.
She loves her music videos.
I've done a lot of them.
So just recently, and you know this one, a few months ago, before the strike happened, I got an audition for the Mean Girls musical. I think it was a feature film musical, whatever. And let me tell you, the audition was for dancers. And I thought, like, looking at it, you know when you look at a dance and you think, oh, I could do this, but without even attempting it. You just see it.
Yeah, you see it and you're like, yeah, I
could do that. Yeah, I think I could pull that off.
That's me in fencing.
Hold it. Okay. I love it.
I genuinely believe I'd be a pro athlete at fencing if I tried.
But I tried it. It's fun. But I don't know if I'd be a pro. But it's... Anyways. I'm, like, going, like, off the beaten path. But, so I'm, like... The audition was due, like, the next day. It was, like, one of those quick turnarounds. This was when I was filming Sky Hoshi. So I was filming, like, 12-hour shoot days. I barely had time to tape auditions, especially a dance call one.
Oh, my God.
So I get home at 11 o'clock at night. It's literally due the next morning. And it's, like, 11 p.m., and I'm trying to learn the dance and tape it. Wait.
No.
So I just had kept my hair and... makeup. My hair is in 2 braids because I wear a wig. I had the makeup on Sky Hoshi. I said, fuck it, I'm keeping this on. Whatever, I'm wearing my little outfit. I put my... And this was during Christmas. So wait, this is a while ago, not a few months ago. Holy shit, this was like December.
It's almost a year ago.
And yeah, almost a year ago. Don't you let time what is
means
time?
Nothing.
I said a few months ago, and I realized I just said there was a Christmas jam we made. So last year, I set my camera up because it's late at night. I'm just like trying. I'm like, okay, like fuck it, like. So I put my in the living room, and the Christmas tree's behind me. It's like that's my background of my giant Christmas tree in my living room.
Cute.
I set my phone up. Literally cannot get this dance. If I had to, like, it looked like I was just like flailing. Again, I was trying to catch up with the music. Oh no. So I'm like, so when the kick happened, I go quickly kicked my leg up in the air, but it was one of those kicks where I'm just like there were limbs flying left and right, like, but it was no fluidity. It was scary. Like this tape was. So wait, I must have did, and I'm not exaggerating, 30 takes.
Oh no.
It was like, you know when you spiral, so you just keep going and going, and I kept pressing record, and then I kept changing my shirts because I thought the shirts were the problem. I said, why do I look so bad in these?
Put on a new shirt. It's gonna change everything.
Changing my outfits. So I'm like, it's that plaid shirt. Like, it makes me look less like I'm not doing these moves right.
Exactly, yeah.
So then I threw on, like, another shirt that was, like, a pink one. I was like, this is more Mean Girls. And then I'm like, no, that it's too loose. And then I threw on a tight shirt. I'm like, oh, this is too tight. Like, maybe they could see all the moves that I'm not hitting. So I said, I thought if I put on something...
all the moves you're not hitting.
So I thought I put on, like, a looser, like, top...
You can, like, hide.
I can hide behind the top that I'm not killing these moves.
I really love that. Like, that's girl logic. We got, girl dinner, girl math, girl logic.
Yeah, girl
put
logic.
Put on a baggy shirt, and they won't know you can't dance. They won't see your body.
Which defeats the purpose of the audition. Like, they need to be able to see me move. So, after a while, I realized how ridiculous I was being. So, I should have, though, folks, if you can learn anything from me, learn that before you confirm an audition, before you press that confirmation button, before you tell your agent yes, really look at that material. And I mean really look at that material, because then my agent went, why the heck did you just decline? Like, I accepted it, and then literally the next morning she went to go check to see where the audition was, and she saw I declined it. And she's like, hold up. So she's like, call me. So I called her, rightfully so, because she's like, I need to know what's going on. What the fuck? She's like, this is for Mean Girls. And I said, look, I attempted that choreography, and it was embarrassing. And there is no way I am letting the production of Mean Girls see this. Like, this is my impression. Like, That's worse. I feel like they would think, this girl's so unhinged, she thought that was okay to submit. Like
yeah. It's just making me think about all the unhinged tapes I recently sent in and like what they're thinking.
Like, and I was like, there's no way.
No, you made a good choice.
I'm letting the team behind Tina freaking Fey see this. Not saying Tina Fey herself would be seeing this, but the team behind her that's like, yeah. I said, there's no way in hell this is happening. So that's what I was very, very blunt with my agent. I said, hey, I have to be honest with you. I confirmed it because I was so excited. I so badly would love to be part of this project. However, after filming it like 60 fucking times, I looked absolutely absurd trying to do this dance. I said, please in the future send me for things that are like movers. Yeah. This was just straight up like just dance call because there was no singing. The only thing they wanted from me was dance.
Yeah.
Dance. And I said, and
not
I said,
me.
Not I. So that was probably also another one of my tapes that will never be released, like ever. And I'm so sad though, because I wish I could show you, but I deleted all the clips because I said,
you were fucking done.
Yeah, I deleted all of them. I think I kept one because it was so crazy. But like,
some you gotta just
and then on top of that, I have like giant like pigtails. Like they were like braid pigtails from when I had the wig on.
Oh my god!
So I'm not kidding. I came home from filming. I went. So I looked super unhinged. Yeah. Like pigtails and doing this and just not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. It was.
I love it.
Crazy.
Well.
Yeah.
A lot of dance mishaps going on here.
Yeah, there's a theme here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? Okay, so my final one. This isn't necessarily an audition, but I was a part of this like acting troupe in New York. You know which one. We won't name names.
Immediately knew what you're talking about. I'm bitter.
Yeah. So the way that this like pretty much we just like put on like showcases a bunch,
right?
And we do monologues, there's songs, there's like a couple scenes, yada yada. And I was doing this one monologue, and I thought it would be like really funny if I did it like this.
Oh no.
And I don't know why. And it wasn't like I didn't perform it that way, like so I didn't perform it that way like on stage.
Yeah.
But I did in like rehearsals, like in class. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you. The reason I thought it was gonna be so good is because there was like this was way back when. So there was like a Snapchat filter that made your voice like sound even more like this.
That's so good. Okay.
So I would talk like that and then it would play it back and it would sound even better. So I was like, oh my God, I can totally nail this. And they're like a comedy troupe. So it's like, you know. So it's like, I could totally nail this voice. And I did my monologue for the whole class. And I was like, yeah. And then we did this. And then we're talking about that, blah, blah, blah. And the director, he was just like, when I was done, he was just like, no. He was like, why? Like, why did you choose to do that? Like,
why did you do that to me?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to us?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it was just like so embarrassing because I thought it was gonna I was gonna fucking knock it out of the park. I thought everybody was gonna like crack up, like dying laughing.
No, that's so sad.
And it was just like crickets. And me standing like, just like, yeah. 5 feet tall.
Like, I did that. Like.
Yeah. So that was embarrassing.
It's actually hilarious. Because I'm imagining, like, you're done and you're like, no.
Yeah, and everyone's just like,
no.
What? Anybody gonna say anything? Yeah, it was embarrassing. But you see what I mean? Like, I make choices.
It's so good.
I make choices, and then sometimes they're bad.
I love that for you.
It happens.
That you're not scared to make a choice.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh my
God.
I should get a little more scared, I feel.
You're like, there should be more
rein it back just
Why
a little bit.
Why am I too comfortable doing this?
Yeah, that was bad. I think about that sometimes. Not that
Every
much,
day.
but a little bit.
Think about that at least once a day. Oh my God. I'm like, what do I feel like I don't have like any. I'm like, what do I have that's like really? I must have done something else that's like.
Did you have like a really like any like unhinged or just like you just made like really like intense choices for like self-tapes or anything where like you kind of just like went like balls to the wall or anything?
I feel like I do that. Like there's times I will just go like balls to the wall.
I've never said balls to the wall before until now. It felt crazy.
Yeah. She made a choice.
Yeah. I made a choice. Thank you.
I feel like one time I had to like pretend I was like in a disguise for a self-tape, and then I put pantyhose like over my head.
That's fun.
My face, and I thought it was like hysterical, but I think it was actually a pretty good choice if you ask me. Like,
yeah, you gotta be in a disguise.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Like I've done stuff like that. Which, but I'm like, what have I'm trying to think if I had like an in-person like hilarious one, but luckily I don't think I've had anything.
That's good. Oh my god, I scared somebody once.
Oh no.
Oh my god, these are all coming back to me. It was another commercial audition, and it was in person like a couple months ago. It was my first in person in like a while.
Yeah.
And
actual couple months ago, not last year.
Yes, not last Christmas.
Right.
Or maybe it was, who knows. But we just had to like come in and do like a comedic monologue.
Right.
And the comedic monologue that I chose to do was actually, it was like from a scene that I had done with a friend of mine in like a class. And I just made up a monologue of it. But in the beginning, where I cut the beginning of the monologue was the end of like an argument. So she's like screaming at the girl and then it gets like really funny. So I started the monologue with the scream because I was like, I'm going to catch everybody's attention with this. And the woman operating the camera literally went like this.
Oh no.
And at the end she was like, you fucking scared me. And I was like, well, you're welcome. You'll remember me now.
Yeah.
They didn't call me back.
Oh no. Oh no. But again, choices. Make them.
Yeah. So I scared her.
Oh my god.
But she'll always remember me as the girl who scared her.
Absolutely.
Exactly. The girl who scared her and the girl who can't dance.
The girl who can't dance, yeah. I know, that's like the word. Like being able to like not complete a self-tape because of a dance, fine. But it's like the ones that like I just hate, or like what you were kind of talking about earlier, which are like the in-person dance ones. Because then everyone sees how like I literally just should not be there.
Yeah.
Like,
and because it really does just like move so much more quickly. Like we did musical theater. Like I know you dance. Like I've danced growing up. Yeah. I could dance. Like I could pick up choreography. For sure. Yeah. Jazz, contemporary, swing dance, like hip hop. Like I've done it all. But the pace of it, it's Broadway. Yeah. The pace of it is just too much.
On how they expect you to pick it up 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And like my brain, like I need to see everything. Do you remember those videos? I can't remember his name, but they were like the little videos, and the guy would break down the dances for like Oops, I Did It Again, like Bye Bye Bye. I had all those videos, and I would learn all the dance steps, but he would literally like be like up, down,
really
out,
break it down.
Yeah. So that's where I got my dance experience. Oh, I wish I remembered his name. Whatever, doesn't matter.
And that's what I thought. So I thought for like, a self-tape, like I'll break it down.
Yeah, I'll break it down myself.
And they also break it down for you. Like sometimes for a self-tapes, they'll send you like up to speed, and then they'll actually, the choreographer, they'll do it in parts for you so you actually can learn it. But regardless, the way they're doing it is for people who are like really experienced dancers. Right. So it's like, it's for them.
Yeah.
I wasn't the...
It's for them. Yeah. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, right. I was absolutely not the right crowd for that.
No. I remember in high school, one of our friends, whatever, his name is Darian. You remember Darian?
Oh my god. Yeah.
He was so good at picking up dance moves that he would watch like Lady Gaga music videos. Remember for the cabaret, we did like the House of Gaga, and we did all that like medley of like actual Lady Gaga choreography. And that's because Darian would just watch the music videos and learn the dances
over and over. Yeah.
And like I would try to do it, but like it's just like too much. Like I can't, like I can't. But he would do it. So he would always learn all the dances and then teach them to me. Like, I was 5.
I love that.
I remember crying because I couldn't do a pirouette. And now I could fucking nail a pirouette. I did a triple the other day. I did, right there on the floor.
You're like, but right there, it happened like 10 feet away from you.
It really did.
It was iconic.
Yeah, pirouettes used to make me cry. So yeah, dance is still making me cry.
I know, dance is still haunting us
to
this day. What I need to start doing is, because I have these special skills on my resume, and what I need to start doing is taking classes to keep those up to date.
Yes.
Because for example, like I did American Sign Language for legit 3 years. Like I used to be able to have like a whole ass conversation.
Really?
Now I can't anymore. Like I have videos I can pull up and show you of me like telling a story in American Sign Language. And
that's incredible. I signed up for an American Sign Language course online. And
are you taking it now?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. I'm not, because it's not like a class. Okay. It's like you just buy the course and you have to attend it and do it yourself. Got it. So like I'm like super like avoidant of everything, so I don't do it. But so I want to sign up for like a class that there's like a time and a teacher and like I have to be there.
Someone's holding you accountable.
Exactly, because I can't hold myself accountable. But
I mean, it helps though to be held. Like
it does.
I was taking like Rosetta Stone classes
online.
Oh yeah. And I did that for literally like a few months, and I was getting good at Spanish. I actually was getting freaking good, and not like I was great, but I was starting to understand it more. And then my ass just like stopped because no one's holding me accountable. And then for 2 years, I've been telling my boyfriend I'm gonna take Rosetta Stone, and he laughs every time. He was like, "You're literally going on to 2 years now, and you haven't."
Yeah, I still haven't done it.
Because I keep saying like I'm gonna do, but no one's telling me to do it. So like I just.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, no.
Yeah, I know. So I need to get better because I have that on my resume as well. I'm like, oh, like, beginner this, beginner that. And eventually it's just...
Yeah, it's going to dwindle into like...
Not even beginner.
Yeah, just nothing.
Do you even do this?
Do you? yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's... I just want to add more special skills and American Sign Language. I've just always wanted to learn it so bad. I literally... Like, I will sit and watch videos of people... having conversations in sign language just because I fucking love it so much. And like, everybody should learn, like, just like, we take Spanish in school, they offer all these other languages, like people should learn American Sign Language, you know, it's just awesome. As I loved it. To be like kind to other people in the world, to like help other people communicate.
Yeah, it's funny. It actually came in handy when I was working in retail.
Oh yeah.
I had people would come up to me and ask me in American Sign Language, and I would actually be able to like direct them to things they were looking for.
And it's really great to have on your resume because I remember when I told my manager that I just signed up for the course, she got so excited. She's like, oh my God, that's so good. There are so many casting calls, like searching for American Sign Language.
Because they're I feel like you see that more on TV now.
Yeah.
They're being way more inclusive with, the deaf community.
Yeah.
So even as an example, this is just one example of many, but Ginny and Georgia, they cast...
Oh, I hadn't seen that show.
Yeah, so like one of the families in there, the father is actually a real deaf actor.
Oh,
so they
amazing. I love that.
Who knows American Sign Language. They hired someone who's actually deaf and uses American Sign Language to communicate. And
hire actual deaf people if you're like casting.
And then they actually the rest of the cast learned American Sign Language, and
I love that,
because the family, that's how they communicated with their father. So like they also
they all had to learn.
They learned it.
Oh wow, very similar. I remember Switched at Birth from Freeform. A lot, like obviously the whole cast learns American Sign Language there, but the lead girl, she was not hard of hearing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't know until I looked it up, but it's good to hear that they're actually like casting the correct people these days. I loved that show, Switched at Birth. If you haven't watched it, you haven't watched it?
No.
Olivia,
I know.
You would love it.
I know, I probably would.
It's drama. It's teenagers. It's like, and when they fight.
I love
in
a good
sign
teen
language.
drama.
Yeah, it's incredible. 10 out of 10 show. You should watch it. I love it. All right, well, This was so much fun.
This was so fun.
It feels like, we have our cameras, so it feels like we have like an audience and like people here. Like I feel like we're like on a stage.
Me too.
Performing. We should be on a stage and talk.
And we should be on a couch on stage. That's our vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're ever on a stage, we're bringing the couch.
We're bringing a couch. Or you can have the couch there for us, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Yeah. Props. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Well, yeah, this was such a fun episode. Do we have anything else to talk about?
Well, we will catch you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Hopefully we can keep creating more fun content like this for everybody. We're really trying to like
step it up.
Yeah, honestly, that's it. Just really trying to step it up. And yeah, thank you all so much for listening and tuning in as always. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at ITM with Liv Bix. You can find us on TikTok at Liv Bix. And if you have any questions or you want to share a funny story with us, you can always message us you can always email us at our email, and it is livandbix@gmail.com.
Yes, and make sure, we did mention this before with Vass, he runs the Online Actor Studio. So go to the Online Actor Studio if you want to maybe check out the class, and you can use our discount code, which you'll find in our it's in our description when you look at our episodes. And if you could just follow the link there, and you get 20% off. So
it's a very good deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. It's
I don't like selling stuff, but I'll sell this.
Yeah, we only would sell it if we believed in it. Yeah. And this is classes that we've taken. And Vass is great. So, check that out as well.
All right. Well, thank you to our editor, Rebecca, and also thank you to our editor, Kalani, for doing some video editing as well. And, we'll catch you next week.
All right.
Bye.